Hey, and welcome to another episode of Motors and Meats. In today's episode, we're going to talk about 5 things that I absolutely hate about this Cayenne. I've had the Cayenne for 5 months now, and in that amount of time, I have covered over 14,000 miles. I know that's a lot for a short period of time. I do a lot of driving. I love to go places, plus I go places for work. And in that amount of time, I've had a chance to find some things that drive me crazy about this car, some things that just annoy me, but there's obviously at least as many things that I love about the car. Starting at the bottom, number 5 on the list that I hate about this car is in the audio system I have no aux cable. It's a 2004 model. Surely aux cables were a thing by then, right? And Porsche being what they are, premium brand, I just would expect to have that available. Now I know that there are some that came with an optional aux cable in the center console. This one doesn't have it. So the only way that I can make music besides using the CD changer or the radio is to get an FM modulator that plugs in and broadcasts, and those are just notoriously not good. I have one in the 911. I could just pop it over to here and listen to what I want to, but that's annoying. Why don't I have an aux cable? To offset all the things that I hate about it, I'm gonna let you know something that I love about it. And in this case, number 5 on the list is the sun visors. This car has 4 sunshades. So you fold one down and you fold it over, then you fold another one down again, and suddenly your entire corner is blocked. You do that to both sides and you've got 180 degrees of shade. That's freaking awesome. I love not having to flip the visor back and forth as I'm taking the kids to school in the morning and the sun is shining straight into the cabin. Number 4 on the list, moving right along, the trunk struts. All trunk struts fail, right, over time. This car is 19 years old, about to be 20 years old here in a few months, and definitely the trunk struts have failed. And sometimes that's a pretty easy thing to change out. You just pop it loose at the top and unscrew it at the bottom and stick a new one on. No, this one happens to have them mounted under the headliner, so you have to physically remove the headliner or at least pull it down to gain access to where they attach. Why in the world does that have to happen? Surely there's a way that they can make it look nice and neat and pretty and still be easy to change out. I guess not, so I hate it. So number 4 thing that I love to contradict that is that while we're talking about the back end of the car, the back glass pops up. I have not had an SUV that has the back glass that pops up separately from the tailgate ever. You can just pop it open, throw in what you need, and slam it back without having to worry about your failed trunk struts. And unlike the trunk struts, the glass struts are still in good shape. Now before we move on to number 3 on the list, counting down, I want to ask if you could smash that subscribe button. It really helps the channel out. I appreciate it, but why would you want to do that? Because I'm always putting up things about the Cayenne and about the 911, both adventures and how-to, all kinds of interesting content about those vehicles. So if you're into that, why not hit it? Number 3 on the list of things I hate about this Cayenne, the battery location. Why did they put the battery underneath the driver's seat so that you have to have all kinds of weird tools to get it out with? Why can't you just have a little plastic clip that pops open and removes a lid and there's the battery like in the 911? No, you've got to have a triple square socket and you have to take the front of the seat loose and you have to follow this procedure about leaning it forward just right and then pulling it back, and the instructions are in the owner's manual, so if you still have your owner's manual, at least you know how to do it. And there's always Google, I know, but why does it have to be such a pain in the butt like that? It's just ridiculous that you have to go to that much trouble to get to the battery. The number 3 thing to offset that I do love about it is that there are tons of auxiliary storage spaces. My favorite one is the one under the passenger side seat. There's a drawer that slides out. That's super cool. People always are cramming things under their seat. In this case, you actually get a compartment to cram those things in. And besides that, in the back of the car, you have some compartments that pop open just behind the wheel well, and there's lots of storage space in there. That's where you'll find the CD changer and some road triangles, hazard triangles, I suppose. But besides that, there is plenty of storage space in there. So I usually keep a folding shovel and a hatchet inside of one of mine. We're getting down to the last two here. Number 2 on the list is a doozy, and I think it plagues a lot of Cayennes. The windshield wiper on one side of the windshield does not touch the glass. Right through the midsection as it's swiping, it just leaves a big nasty mess. It touches the top of it, it touches the bottom, but if you're the passenger in my vehicle and I've been through a mud hole, you are not seeing out of that windshield. To test out the crappy windshield, first we need to get it dirty, right? Yeah, let's go get it dirty. Sucks. Let me know in the comments if there's a particular electric chainsaw that you really like using. So normally there's a creek right here that I'm sitting on top of, but it's 2023 after August in the south and we've had quite a bit of a drought. So I gotta go find another mud hole. So I've read that this is a common problem. If you go to Renlist and check it out, you'll see the magic word there is elephant sliding its ass across the windshield. Because I guess that's what it looks like. It's nasty, it's dumb, and the fix is to literally grab the thing with pliers and rotate it over, just forcing the metal to bend because it's not contacting the windshield at a direct 90-degree angle. In fact, it was such a problem that Porsche came up with a special tool whenever these things were being brought back in for service back 15 years ago, 18 years ago, whenever these were new. You don't need a special tool really, you just need some pliers and a leather glove to clamp on there and twist it. So to offset that, the thing that I love about riding in the passenger seat is that that seat and the driver's seat as well are very, very comfortable. These are the most comfortable seats of any car that I have ever owned. My wife has a 2017 Volvo XC90 with every comfort feature you can imagine, like the bolsters and the sides move around and the leg part extends underneath you. They're heated and they're cooled. But even those seats, wrapped in their fabulous Napa leather, are nowhere near, to me, as comfortable as the seats in this 2004 Cayenne. Now, if you've hung on this long, then you're going to have to hang on just a little bit longer to hear what number 1 is. And there's a chance you probably know what number 1 is if you've got one of these. So we're going to flip it over. I'm going to tell you the number 1 thing I love about it, and then we will get to the last thing that I hate. So I love the cold climate comfort settings or capabilities that this vehicle has. Whenever you get in the car, if it's below about 50 degrees, the heated steering wheel automatically comes on. I don't think you can even manually turn the heated steering wheel on. It just knows you're going to be cold, your fingers are going to be cold, and that they're going to need to be warmed up. And I discovered this just the moment that I first test drove this car. It was a cold day and I got in it, and before I got a mile down the road, I realized that the steering wheel was warming up. That's crazy. And then also, the settings for the heated seats is a dial with 0 through 5 on the settings. I've never seen another car with heated seat settings that gives you that much control. You can really dial it in exactly like you want. And now the thing that I hate the most about this car is the fact that it has a fuel cap release and that it is in the weirdest freaking location. Why? Why do you need to lock that? Why would you have to unlock that whenever you want to go pump gas? And why in the world would you put it in the door pocket of all places? Look at this. It's right down here. So you know what happens 100% of the time? 100% of the time, I get out of the car, I walk around to this side, and it's locked, and I can't pump my gas because I have to walk back around just like this every single time and flick the switch. Oh, now I can pump gas, because why would I need to pump gas without flicking a switch? There it is. Oh my goodness. I hate that. I hate it. I hate it. So there you have it, 5 things that I absolutely hate about this car, 5 things I love about it. There are hundreds of things I love about this car, but if you're thinking about getting one, these are some annoying things that you may want to prepare yourself to deal with. But get one anyway, because it's a super cool car for super cheap, and you can build them out to do super cool things. I appreciate you guys watching. Smash the subscribe button if you haven't already, and check out this other video here that I've got placed right in this corner right here. Is that it? That's the spot. Hit that button. Thanks.